All right, party peoples of the interwebs, Viva Frei, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida rumbler. Just a short video update schedule of the day. I may not get to go live today. We'll see how the day pans out. But right now I'm getting ready to shoot an episode of The Unusual Suspects. And tune in because I may potentially be the host. We'll see. Fingers crossed. In other news, people, there seem to be a lot of Nazi garbage Americans out there, at least according to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. Between Kamala Harris, referring to, I don't know, give or take 100 million Americans as Nazi or Nazi adjacent, certainly the 50 to 70,000 who were at Madison Square Gardens or thereabouts the other day, and Joe Biden came out last night during some call and said, in respect of Tony Hinchcliffe's joke about Puerto Rico being a floating island of garbage, Joe Biden says, the only garbage I see out there is Trump supporters. And the amazing thing is, first of all, I think I understand the Dark Brandon meme now. This is Dark Brandon going so dark, he has to sacrifice himself to make himself look like the villain in order to spare the world of 4 more years of Kamala Harris. That's what he's doing. He is actually the hero. We just don't know it yet. Dark Brandon, congratulations. Keep talking because it's working wonders for the Donald Trump campaign. He has now stolen the thunder from Tony Hinchcliffe, from Kamala Harris's Nazi remarks, Tim Walz's Nazi remarks. Joe Biden comes out and calls Trump supporters garbage. The amazing thing is the gaslighting in the media. He didn't say what you think you heard him say, even though there's a video and I'll play it at the end of this video. He didn't say that. Because if you put an apostrophe between the supporter and the S, it goes from supporters to supporters, and then you can attribute whatever you want to qualify the apostrophe. You've got people saying you're overreacting to what he said, while others are simultaneously saying he never said it in the first place. He didn't say it, but you're overreacting to the fact that he said it. John J. Harwood, propagandist extraordinaire, comes out with the most confessionary tweet imaginable, says the phony outrage over Biden's garbage remark is truly indicative of the MAGA movement. I'm sort of paraphrasing, but he said something like that in a tweet. And I'm like, first of all, confession through projection. The only faux outrage was the faux outrage of the snowflake capital D Democrat lefty machine feigning outrage over Tony Hinchcliffe's joke. If you don't know who Tony Hinchcliffe is, you're an ignorant buffoon. Maybe look into his resume as a stand-up comic before getting outraged over a stupid joke from a comedian. That being said, comparing a joke of a comedian to a comment of Joe Biden, who is, many people seem to forget, the sitting president of these United States of America. Yeah, one is faux outrage. It was the outrage to a joke. The other is legitimate. When you have the POTUS, the sitting, demented POTUS, referring to 100 million people as garbage, the man who still controls the Department of Justice, or maybe the Department of Justice controls him, who the hell knows? POTUS, referring to Trump supporters as garbage while his DOJ prosecutes Trump, while his DOJ prosecutes the Jan 6ers and any ideological adversary. So no, it's not overreacting. When the president says 100 million Americans of a different ideology are garbage while I'm prosecuting their leader, the next president of these United States of America, and their political supporters. So no, one is not faux and the other one is faux. The only one that's faux is the outrage to Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, Joe Biden, keep talking. Kamala Harris, who has now ducked out of the Joe Rogan interview because he didn't accept her counteroffer for him to fly to her to do a 1-hour limited capped interview. It doesn't seem like Kamala Harris understands the dynamic here. She's not doing Joe Biden a favor. Joe Biden's career does not need Kamala Harris in order to grow. Kamala Harris is running for president. This is something of a campaign stop, except instead of having one of her dinky rallies with however many people, duped into attending because they were promised a performance by an artist, she would have had access to, 50 million people? Potentially more? Rogan was doing her the favor by offering his platform so that she could reach more people than she could ever reach in her life, while she's campaigning to become president, trying to convince those people that they should vote for her. And she says, no, you come to me in my safe space because I'm a, little snowflake in my milieu. Limited to 1 hour? Holy crap, I can't get through an interviewee's childhood in an hour. But she did it knowing that it would be rejected so that she could then weaponize the rejection because she was never going on Joe Rogan because she's the only person on earth whose career would be over after going on Joe Rogan. And so that she could weaponize the rejection and make it look like she's the victim and he's the big bad MAGA boogeyman. Another thing, by the way, exactly analogous to the bipartisan border bill, which they drafted in a way knowing it would be shut down because it was neither bipartisan nor a border bill. It was a uni-party military-industrial complex offering jurisdiction to D.C. while simultaneously funneling $70 billion to Ukraine, Israel, Gaza, It was a bipartisan border bill drafted by a uniparty military-industrial complex that was drafted to be rejected so that they could then weaponize the rejection for political campaigning, much like what Kamala Harris is doing right now, having counter-offered to Joe Rogan. They're not negotiating here. Joe Rogan was offering his platform. You want to say no, you coward Kamala? Go ahead and say no. But don't try to pin it on Rogan, because everybody knows you're the only person on earth whose career would be over after appearing on Rogan. All right, I got to go in there and shoot an episode. You know what to do. Viva Frei for merch. VivaBarnesLaw.locals.com for the best above average community out there. More important than anything, exercise, eat healthy, sunlight, talk to people in real life, and I'll wear the pink scrunchie. Now you know your vlog. Peace out. Booyah.
Donald Trump has no character. He doesn't give a damn about the Latino community. He's failed businessman. He only cares about the billionaire friends he has and accumulating wealth for those at the top. You know, he says immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. Give me a break. He wants to do away with the birthright citizenship. Who the hell has said that in the last 100 years? And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know the Puerto Rican that I know, or Puerto Rico, where I'm in my home state of Delaware. They're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of Latinos is unconscionable, and it's un-American. It's totally contrary to everything we've done, everything we've been.